Hello, this is Hari for Medicina del Espíritu, and today I am here with
Robin Rivera.
We are ending a women's retreat in which we were touching different aspects about serving the medicine of the toad, and one of those aspects that we are going to talk about is respect in the area of serving the medicine and towards other people.
Hi, thank you, Hari. Yes, this week has been a big opportunity for me to take my understanding of the medicine and myself and the purpose of serving to a whole new level. I found that having respect and humility on this path is not just a matter of the mind or a good intention. I believe it's something that really has to be learned in the heart through experience. And so what I have experienced now is that the medicine has an intelligence of its own, and there's a certain way to be in a right relationship with it for it to do its job. And I also recognize that we have to respect each and every person's process, and that when we are serving this medicine, it's not about us. It's about all of us together. It's about being of service. And so as people on this path, I believe that we have to learn and practice how to divorce our minds and ourselves of our ego, of our thoughts of how things should be, and listen and stay connected with the utmost respect. Because if we are coming in contact with this medicine or any medicine, we are being given a great privilege and a great responsibility. And should it not be handled in the utmost respect, it might not go so well. And so I'm just grateful for the opportunity to learn humility and respect, even though it's uncomfortable as a human being.
So would you say that you learned respect when you were little, or has this been an ongoing journey?
No, I didn't learn respect when I was little. For whatever reason, my path as a young child, I learned to be defiant, to protect myself. And so it's been something that I've had to learn over time through experiences and in really pain and listening to the desire of my heart to do better. And as I'm awakening, I feel more and more desire to be in right relationship with all of life, and especially the power of this medicine. It demands it.
Would you say that respect is fundamental to serve the medicine?
100%. It absolutely has to be. I can see, even though I thought that I was in a respectful way with the medicine, just by the mere fact of my humanness and where I'm at in my evolution of consciousness, I couldn't see everything. And I know there's still more, but once the veils are lifted through the process of doing inner work and facing the shadow, then I could see even more how important it is for this work.
So you went or are going through the process of embracing your own shadow in order for this to fall into place?
Well, I went through very strong initiations, and I believe that this process is going to keep unfolding. I think once if I think that I've got the whole message or the whole lesson, then I'm in trouble. And so I'm deep in my process right now, but it feels good, and I feel taken care of as long as I keep saying yes to the lessons of embracing my shadow.
If a person wants to learn the path of the medicine and wants to serve it, how would you share with this person from what you have learned up until now in your own path, the meaning of respect?
I would want to tell them that I'm happy that they feel called by this medicine, and I'm happy that they want to serve, but this is a very deep and profound path that requires a lot of responsibility, and there's so much that can happen that we don't know until we experience it, and it needs to be experienced in a safe container, because we are dealing with not only human lives but the spiritual realms, and that in order for this to be effective and for damage to not be done, they need to learn what it is that they're working with. They need to practice, they need to have guidance, and they need to commune with the tool that they're using.
How can they begin if they have no idea? They feel the calling, but they really have no idea. What would you say would be elemental for a new person that wants to serve the medicine, an elemental tool to connect with that respect that the medicine is asking for?
I would say that they need to find a facilitator that they trust, and they need to begin their own inner work and see where they are at in their process stepping into the medicine, so that they can assess how much consciousness, what level of consciousness they're at, so they can understand who they are first before they step into offering the medicine to someone else.
So self-work is vital, right?
Yes, absolutely. Especially because as you're serving the medicine, your self-work is going to come up anyways, and it can open up things that are so huge that someone might not be ready for.
Do you, from your experience, feel that self-work can be approached only by sitting by yourself and taking medicine alone?
No. I think there's many ways to do self-work, and I think there's many tools that can complement it. I think that sitting with yourself and having the medicine once you have enough experience and guidance is important, because of what I've experienced is that the medicine has an intelligence of its own, that in a specific lesson for each specific person, and it also helps you to build your inner strength. That being said, I also think people need mirrors, so they need other people to reflect to them what they can't see.
Do you feel that group work is a good tool for that?
Oh my God, yes. Group work reveals things that I could not find on my own because of one reason or another, because we're all reflecting off of each other. And especially if it's held in a safe container, then the things that we don't give permission to arise, all of a sudden have permission to to surface and to be known. And each person has a gift and something to offer. Like, we don't have all the answers in ourselves on our own. And I believe that we are here to support each other. And so in the container of group work, so much more can surface so much faster, and healing can happen at a much more rapid rate.
Would you then say that facilitators that started this path on their own for whatever reasons, because it had to be like that, are missing on a very important part of their journey when they haven't had the group work with other facilitators or other people?
Yes, I think that we all have blind spots. It's not our fault. It just is the nature of the human psyche, and I feel that it is a missing piece, and also because we have lived tended to live so separately, especially in certain cultures more than others. We have lived so separately and isolated ourselves from each other that we forget that we need each other. And I think that the more, especially on this very deep spiritual path, we need all the support we can get. And the more support we get, the stronger we can be and the better work we can do.
Is this support also coming from other branches that are not the medicine itself?
Yes, just by the mere fact of letting someone else see your shadows and see your work, it's very healing. It has a medicine of its own. And I mean, there's so many aspects that can arise in group work, whether you're on the medicine or not. Just practicing being human beings and co-participating, co-creating, flowing, seeing where you're at, allowing other people to have their power and their time to shine, seeing where you fit into the puzzle. It taps into another part of our evolution that is necessary to move forward.
Do you think the medicine is also asking for us to do this work as the divine intelligence that it is?
Yes, I do. I believe that it's our duty to suit up and show up as best we can and do the work if we dare to participate in this creation.
Do you feel that with all the millions of people that we are on this planet right now, it would be ever too much?
Oh, ever too many facilitators? Probably not. We might run out of toad medicine at some point, but we're not in charge. And what I do feel in my heart is that it is not my place to judge, that it is my place to lead by example.
How would you say that we can embrace the differences between different ways of practicing the medicine?
From where I'm standing, it seems to me that we should advocate for people to be doing their self-work and consciousness work if they're in the community, because from that place, then there's somewhere to grow. Then there's a dialogue to have about, oh, is this dangerous? Is this not dangerous? Like in each medicine session teaches us also, we have to allow people to have their process. And so it's the same, in the rest of the world and in the rest of the toad community. I think we have to allow people to have their process and to make their own mistakes, and to learn. At the same time, I think that leading by example will attract certain people who need the lessons that each one of us carry.
What would you like to example to others?
I would like to example how to walk with great humility. I was taught that humility means being right-sized. So like knowing what my place is. And I would like to example how to be a good protector of the medicine, meaning having respect, knowing how the medicine is gotten, trying to be in kind relations with everything that comes into play, with being open-hearted, being honest and transparent with the people that I come in contact with, and really trying to practice non-judgment, and also, most importantly, continuing my self-work no matter what it takes.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Robin, and hopefully many other women that are medicine women on the awakening can listen to this so they can find the resonance. Blessings to everyone.